What's up, everybody? It's me, Sonny, here again at the Poteet Homes Podcast. Bringing it to you hot and ready. And today we're also emphasizing on essentially listings, right? So when we talk about a listing, that means that you're going to sell a property, a home, land, commercial property. And the biggest thing that I want to share with you today is what to expect. Now, previously on our episode, we talked about kind of the steps to list your property. But now I want to inform you on some of the general things that you need to know and what to expect as we list your property. So we spoke about kind of the listing agreement, kind of the listing photos, kind of that initial consultation with you to come up with a comparative market analysis and really give you the value of your property and kind of the things that we need to do to make it ready for list. So whenever we talk about what to expect after we've done all that, the things that are going to come about is, do we need to do any repairs in the home? Does the home have any little issues with it, as such as the door don't close right? Okay, we need to change out the lock, make sure we get new locks in there. Okay, another thing maybe also that comes about to me is, does it need to be repainted in any of the portion of the home? Do you need to have any siding repaired? Are there any broken windows? Little things like that. Now, we talk about properties and vacant land. Some things that come to mind, and this could relate to also any property in that is, does it have a survey, right? We want to make sure the property outlines have already been designated, especially if it is a bigger tract home or a bigger property or a large commercial property. We do want to make sure we have a survey in place. And I'd like to say that I'd like to recommend that most sellers should have a survey done on the front end, because really that survey is only going to assist you in selling this property. So to me, that is a big thing for us to try to encourage you guys to have ready. So as we move along, and we also notice some things that may be repaired, we want to also talk about some of those things that maybe we should know about: easements, water meter locations, septic locations, even mineral rights, any little leases that you have, is any of the portion property of your property being rented out. That way we could get lease agreements from those clients that you're leasing to, and that way we could document it and make sure that we present it to the future prospective buyer. And that way, once they have all the information, there's really no going back and forth. It's just kind of all out there. And to me, that makes it for a less frustrating, or even a better experience, I should say, for you as the seller. Now, as we move along into addressing all those things, and now we moved on to receiving an offer, most of the time we're looking at these offers to, see what you could obviously benefit from mostly, right? Is it the closing date? Do you want a quick closing date? Do you need a certain dollar amount? That way you could have the net amount to you be a favorable amount. And whenever we look at all that, we essentially could talk about kind of what it could take to close this property, right? So we get the offer. Usually a seller will pay title policy, and usually you could pay closing costs depending on the market and depending on the buyer. You've already got a survey in mind, and as a seller, sometimes these buyers will ask for what we call a feasibility period or an option period, and those things right there alone are going to be some things that you're going to be aware of that I assist you with as we move along. And so as we talk about having to have all those things in place, we want you to be aware of that. Once you get an offer, the closing could happen within 21 days up to 60 days, and sometimes 90 days or 120 days when you're dealing with commercial property or a large piece of property that is being funded by a loan. Usually cash deals will be a lot sooner. Sometimes these cash deals could close relatively quick. For an example, I'm dealing with a cash buyer right now, and that cash buyer wants to close in 10 days. So for that seller, my client, that's a dream come true, right? Cash offer above ask price. Some of the terms in there are very favorable to my client. We don't have to come to the table for closing costs. We don't have to pay anything out of the ordinary for home warranties, and everything else is just kind of right down the middle, split for them to be able to make a swift transaction occur. And that is the goal here, guys. Here with me, we want to list your property. We want to be able to present this property for you to get the most favorable outcome to you. And that is why these steps to me are very important, such as the listing agreement, the listing consultation, addressing the repairs, getting it cleaned up, cutting the grass, manicuring the trees. Those things right there alone will get you the highest dollar, the highest experience, the best experience from us to you, and allow us to deliver, because everything that we do, guys, here at Poteet Homes, me as your realtor for life as well, we do things at the top of the market, meaning the highest of quality, the highest in regards to what is your family expecting from this outcome. And honestly, guys, the best way you could reach out to us to make sure we do this for you is at our Poteet Homes Messenger, Facebook, Instagram, at my personal messenger, Sonny Estrada, at Facebook or Instagram. Even Jennifer, reach out to my wife. We even have Joanne Garza. We even have, our on-site supervisors, JD and Manuel, who, if you have any questions, they know where to direct you. Some of our other, people in the office, like Vanessa or Stacy. There are a lot of resources for you here. So we want you to be able to reach out to all of them to know that we are a team here to serve you in 2022. Reach out to us at 210-201-3570 or my personal cell at 210-473-0677. Do not hesitate. Let's list your property today, and that is a general idea of what to expect when we list your home and what it's going to take for you to get the top dollar. Again, thank you again. It's Sonny Estrada here at the Poteet Homes Podcast. And God bless you. We can't wait to serve you soon.